Good morning. We're back to Philippians chapter 4, verse 8 and 9. And we're going to cover some more of the subject there. The Bible tells us, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. And those things which you both learned, received, heard, and seen in me do, and the God of peace shall be with you. And so last time we talked about the things that are true. This time we're going to talk about the things that are honest. And we live in a nation today of dishonesty. Everybody's heard the story of George Washington chopping down a cherry tree. I cannot tell a lie. Well, that was a lie. Never really happened. But if we go back through our national history, there has been a history of honesty. It's just been in this last century or two that lying has become acceptable. It's become a way of life. If we can get away with it, it's not a lie. I've got news for you. The Bible says we're supposed to think upon that which is honest. Means upright, fair in our dealings, that we're not a fraud. Even though Jacob became Israel, a prince with God, he will forever be known as a trickster, and he cheated and was cheated by Laban. And when he got to the end of his life, what was his testimony? He stood before Pharaoh and he said, few and evil have the days of my pilgrimage been. But yet his son Joseph, an honest person, an upright person, despite being accused falsely, despite his brothers hating him, despite being thrown in prison, despite being sold as a slave, despite being forgotten about, when he came to Genesis chapter 50, he said, you guys thought it for evil, God meant it for good. Now, what's the difference between the two individuals? I would submit to you this second thought in Philippians 4:8 made the difference. One was honest before God, and one thought he was going to get ahead by dishonesty. And sometimes we don't look at things as being dishonest, but the Bible's pretty clear about what is honest, what is just. 2 Corinthians 8 says, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. There was a story of a bus driver that a man got on his bus and gave him too much money for the fare. And the driver counted through a couple times, said, hey, wait a minute, you overpaid me. And the guy goes, I know, I was sitting in your Sunday school class yesterday and I wanted to see if you were going to be an honest man. Boy, what a testimony, what a challenge. And Christian, keeping that dollar at the store is not worth your integrity. Well, the cashier got it wrong. Well, the IRS got it wrong. Well, the government got it wrong. Well, my boss screwed up and gave me an extra day's pay. Oh, well, no, that's your honesty. The honesty comes down to what we think about. Your integrity and honesty is not worth a few bucks down here. Give that money back. Find the owner of that thing. Let's be a people that has a testimony that we think on the things that are true. We think on the things that are honest. If you've got an evil eye toward everybody, and I don't mean a wicked, I mean just constantly thinking everybody's out to get you, that the FBI is spying on you, that everybody's got evil intentions toward you, you better go back to your thinking process. Think things that are honest. Think things that are just. And we'll talk about some of these other ones in our next couple of devotions. But true and honest. What's your reputation? If we ask your neighbors, would they say, yeah, he's an honest guy. She's an honest lady. What about the people you work with? Honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Hey, Christian, especially members of Pioneer Valley Baptist Church, put in 8 hours of work for 8 hours of pay. No, let's take it and make that better. Let's put in 9 hours of work for 8 hours pay. Why? We want to be better in the world. We want to have a testimony for Christ. Let's be honest. If God brought something to your mind, go back and get honest about it. God bless you and have a wonderful day.